Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I had a order for yesterday and I decided to share with you how I made these orders as a small baker work from home. Okay, this was a order for a chocolate cake and another order for just a vanilla sponge cake and a brownie. Okay, very simple. So I'm gonna be starting by making my chocolate sponge cake. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna be doing is to make my buttermilk. Okay, you can buy yours from store, but I be making mine from home since 2019. Okay, that's the way I make it. I make it with white vinegar and home temperature milk. Okay, if I don't have white vinegar, I just use lemon juice. I let that sit my account for about 5 minutes. So it's the time for me to get my dry ingredients ready and start making my recipe. My oven is already on because normally it takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to make the cake. Okay, and in that period of time I like to have my oven already on. Okay, I normally bake my sponge cake, chocolate sponge cake at 170 degrees. Okay, and I have electric oven. So in this bowl, I'm gonna get my dry ingredients ready. I have flour. I use self-raising flour for my cakes. Okay. If you are based in UK, you know what self-raising flour is me. But I believe like other country they call it just cake flour. Okay. I feel like it's the same. It's the flour that is already have baking powder or baking soda on it. Okay, and I'll start by doing that. After I do sugar, I'm gonna be use caster sugar in this recipe, but I don't mind even granular sugar as well for chocolate sponge cake. When I do make a vanilla sponge cake, I do prefer caster sugar. Okay, but for chocolate cake, I don't mind using granular sugar. Okay, after the flour, I add cocoa powder. My cocoa powder, I don't like to use cocoa powder that already have sugar on it. Okay, and after I do add as well sugar. Okay, I use two kind of sugar for my chocolate cakes. Okay, in the beginning I was using only white sugar, but I just decided to do half each. At the moment I've been doing this for a few years now, and the cake, chocolate cake, comes more moist and stay moist for longer, even in a fridge. Okay, I use light brown sugar and white sugar, half each. Okay, so that's what I do. But if you don't have, or if you can't find, I know some places it's very hard to find a light brown sugar, just use normal white sugar. Okay, that's okay too. And after that, I was keeping other ingredients, which is a baking powder, baking soda. I have added as well salt. I don't know what happened. I thought I was recording adding salt, but after I couldn't find the clip. But of course, because chocolate sponge cake, my recipe, I use oil. Okay, sunflower oil. So of course we need to add some salt to help to intensify the flavor. Okay, so when I am done with my dry ingredients, I started to prepare wet ingredients in a separate bowl. Okay, so in the wet ingredients, of course, we add the buttermilk that we just made, the oil, the eggs. I have added as well vanilla extract, okay, to this recipe. But vanilla extract is optional, it's give a very nice flavor as well. but I feel like it's optional, but most of the time I add it. Okay, and I mix this. Okay, I forgot to mention that my ingredients are all at home temperature. The eggs, the buttermilk, okay, because I do make buttermilk with home temperature milk, so I do prefer to use my ingredients all at home temperature. Okay, after mixing that, I add that to the dry ingredients, and I mix that just to incorporate a little bit, and after we're gonna add hot water. It's just hot, it's not boiling, just hot water. If you add boiling water to your cake, it's gonna kill the baking powder and the baking soda. Okay, your cake's not gonna raising, okay, how it's supposed to be. I mentioned that we add hot water, but in reality it's a coffee, but I don't add much coffee to it. But some people don't like it. I had people comment in my video as well already saying like, why coffee? But coffee isn't it will intensify the color of your cake, chocolate cake, and the flavor as well. Okay, but it's not optional. Some people, they don't like coffee, but you don't really feel the taste of the coffee or your chocolate cake, to be honest. It's just to intensify the color and the flavor. Okay, I'm gonna be making this cake in two tins, okay, of 8-inch, where I add butter, or I add stock. If you are based in UK, you know what stock means, is the butter for cakes. And I add as well some plain flour to my cake tin, because I didn't have any baking spray. I do prefer use baking spray, but I didn't have any. Okay, after mixing your cake very well, you need to use a spatula too. Okay, the spatula helps to see how is the bottom of your bowl. Make sure all the ingredients are well incorporated. Chocolate cake is the easiest cake to make, very simple. I make this in less than 10 minutes. Okay, that's why I always put my oven on before starting making my recipe. Okay, that's it. And I take this cake to the oven. I normally bake this cake for at least 35-40 minutes. Okay, and the next we're gonna be making vanilla sponge cake. All my recipes you can find. I believe that I already have this recipe here in my channel, but if you want to see other recipes, I have an ebook. If it's your first time here, you never saw my page, you never saw my videos, I have an ebook for mini cakes, but these recipes for my mini cakes are the same recipes that I use for everything, for cupcakes, for birthday cakes, for mini cakes. I only use these recipes. I'm gonna be leaving the link of my ebooks on the description in this video. And now I have a discount for these ebooks. Okay, normally I charge £9, but at the moment it's only $7.99. Okay, if you want to get the ebook, I'm gonna be leaving the link on the description box of this video. Okay, vanilla cake is simple too. Only the things that is taking longer, okay, compared with the chocolate cake, because we have to mix the butter or stock. Yeah, oil. My recipe I add oil as well, because it gives a very nice taste and moist as well to the cake. I mix the eggs, the butter or stock, and the butter and the oil for at least 5, 6, 7 minutes. If you are using custard sugar, if you are using granulated sugar, I mix for at least 10 minutes. Okay, from medium to high speed. After that, we add eggs. Okay, I normally use large eggs for my recipe. Okay, and in this recipe here, I use double cream as well. Instead of milk, I use double cream. Okay, so we mix butter, sugar and oil very well. After we add the eggs and vanilla extract, we mix only to incorporate it. And after, next step, we add flour, which is self-raising flour, and double cream. The flour and double cream are just mixed, just to incorporate. We don't need to mix flour too much if you want to have a fluffy, soft, moist cakes. Okay, and I add baking powder, the same thing, just to incorporate. In the end, I like to use my spatula just to make sure all the ingredients are incorporated very well. But during the process, I use a spatula as well, okay, not just in end. And for this cake, the customer wants because I give option to sell 2 layers or 3 layers. I don't do more than 3 layers, okay. So in this cake, he wants a 2 layers cake, so I divide 400 grams to two 6-inch, okay, cake. And of course, we're gonna have a cake butter left. I use that after to make I put in a fresh, and I use after to make some cupcakes that I had for another order. That's why I mentioned before, my recipes you can make wherever, okay, wherever. So this cake, when I remove the chocolate cake from the oven, I bake the vanilla sponge straight away for about 30 minutes, okay. And as you can see, I have cake butter left. I just like to cover it very well, and I keep it fresh. I normally keep it only for 1 day, no more than 1 day. But I do froze my cake butter too if I have to, okay. They can be frozen for up to 3 months, okay. But I do give preference for fresh made cakes, to be honest, okay? Because I'm not like a big business, I'm a small business, so I normally bake when I have orders, Okay, that's it. Okay, when I have the sponge cake, vanilla sponge cake in the oven, I start straight away making the brownie, okay? This was just a chocolate brownie. These brownie are perfect, delicious. You can use the same recipe to make other flavors like Oreo, Biscoff, and my customer just love this cake, this brownie. This brownie was for the same person that ordered the vanilla sponge cake, okay? It was the same order. And you can see that to make a brownie, I use different partners to mix it. Sorry, people. Sorry. English is not my first language. I've been trying my best, okay? Because brownie, we don't need to add too much air, okay? Brownie is something like, I normally, if I'm not too busy, to be honest, I do prefer to just use a spatula or a wood spoon to make my brownie. I don't even use cake mixer, if I'm not too busy. But because I had to go and pick up kids from school, I had to make it in that way. I had to go and pick up my daughter, so I had to make it that way because I want to make it quick, but don't over mix your brownie recipe, your brownie. I'm gonna be leaving the brownie recipe on this video, okay? I hope I don't forget about it. If I forget, please leave me a comment, okay, asking for it, because I'm very happy to share this brownie recipe with you. Delicious, easy to make, and it's delicious, okay? It's what brownie, I only mix the eggs, then the butter and the vanilla extract, okay? Mix that very well, okay? No, like if you're using a cake mixer, mix it for at least 2 minutes at medium speed, okay? After add melt butter, I use salted butter, that's why I haven't added any salt. After you add melt chocolates as well, mix a little bit more, and after you just add your cocoa powder, your plain flour, and that's it. Mix it very well. But when I say very well, I don't say over mix it. You don't have to. And that's it. Allow the cake to cool down before you decorate it. As you can see, they come out very beautiful made. Okay, all level. That's how my cakes come out. All the chocolate cake sometimes raising a little bit more in the top, but before decorating we just remove that top. Okay, and that is not a big deal. Okay, and so I made chocolate buttercream for chocolate cake. Okay, I fill it and I put it in a fresh. Okay, and after I decorate it, this cake was for a 17 years old girl. This lady, she been buying from me for the past 5-6 years. So she didn't told me what color, what design, nothing. She just say, okay, wherever you choose to do, my daughter she gonna love it, because she always love how you make your cake. So I said, oh my God, was a big responsibility, yes. But I try my best. Okay, I choose why always have to be pink, because it's a girl. It don't have to be always the color pink. Okay, so I done something simple, but it was beautiful. I like it myself. It was the kind of design I would do even for myself or for my daughter as well. Okay, so I used such a green color for this cake, and I couldn't record all the steps of decorating this cake because I was already late. But she asked me to write in the top of the cake. I'm not very good at that, but I always try my best. Okay, and that's it. I write the test that she gave to me, that her daughter chose to have, and I write it down the top. But before writing, I like to decorate my cake and take it to the fridge, allow it to firm, for the buttercream to firm properly before writing. Because if you write it wrong, if you want to remove it and write again, it's better when your buttercream is already settled. Okay, so that's what I done. I decorate this cake. I took to the fridge before writing on it. In the meantime, I start to get the brownie ready and put in a box. It was cold. Okay, make sure everything is cold before you pack it. Okay, and that's it. This was these people, they asked for 6 slices of the brownie. Okay, in a box, and I done that. And after I went back, I finished to decorate. You can see the cake, this brownie. If you want to try this brownie, and let me know, it's gonna be the best, easiest brownie you're gonna make in your life, and you're gonna eat in your life. I'm not even joking. Okay, so after pack it, I cover it properly, of course. Okay, because the presentation is very important. Okay, if you are someone like try to start to baking from home, you should always prioritize the presentation of your products. Okay, your cake, your brownie, your cookies, wherever. Okay, and that's it. And after I finish decorating the cake, and I always like to decorate my cake and leave it in a fresh. I don't have to be overnight, but at least few hours, just to make sure when you give it to the customer, it's not gonna be all gone wrong. That's it. As you can see, here is the cake. So I feel like these cakes came out very good. Okay, the blue one was the vanilla, the green one was the chocolate one. Okay, so like I mentioned before, if you want to know how to make your cakes, okay, mini cakes, cupcakes, birthday cakes, okay, I have an ebook, okay, with my cake recipes. is 7 cake recipes. If you want to get one for yourself, it's now at only 7.99 pence. Okay, I'm talking about pounds. Okay, so if you want that, I'm gonna be leaving the link of my ebook in the description box of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for all the support, all the subscribers. That means a lot for me. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.